shame we're in. We the people, storm-torn steeple, cracked stained glass, but the light shines equal. We are not the chains that keep you in. We the people. Yeah, we the people.
Oh, I gotta tell you, we are we're gonna have a great show today. Is that we just got, first of all, thank you so much for streaming in to our podcast, as we are just making leaps and bounds right now, supporting and representing the United States of America and the Patriots, the people that really, really love this country, and so proud just to be an American. But we just got a last-minute phone call saying, hey, Midnight, Mayor Giuliani would like to stream into the show today. And of course, this was just a last-second thing, and and we're gonna bring him in on segment 2. But this is exciting, and I can't wait to hear from him. I think he's streaming down in Florida, but we'll bring him up anyway. But this is a very, very emotional, show for me today, because I really spent basically the whole weekend just dancing and celebrating and partying with the beautiful people of Iran, first of all, I want to say, I want to give them a big thank you, and just let them know how grateful I am that they have allowed me to run on this journey with them for the last 2 months. And people keep asking me, hey, Midnight, why are you so invested in the families and the women and the children and the people of Iran? We've got to be America first. And I'm just always blown away by when people question my authenticity of who the Midnight is and about putting America first, because that's all I do. And if you are not intelligent enough to know that removing this supreme leader that has done atrocities to his own people, and I'm not even sure if you would call him his own people, because they don't look at him as an Iranian, there's a lot of people that are here already inside the United States of America with the disgustingness of these open borders that have been let in by the Joe Biden and the Kamala Harris administration, of course, and will continue to put the blame and point the finger that way. Because at what point do you have to say that all of these people, not only in our country, but the suffering all around the world is happening when you have Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Barack Obama? Wasn't so long ago when he gave the the Islamic regime billions upon billions of dollars. That was his negotiating tactics. And Donald Trump says, no, that's not how we work. Bye-bye. And now you're gone. And I can promise you, somewhere, somehow, if the Supreme Leader is listening to me, the Ayatollah is down in a hola. And he didn't go up that way with what they want to lie about 70 virgins. The devil is proud to have one of his number one disciples back with him back in hell. But now, for the last 2 months, these videos have been coming in. These videos are coming in, and the atrocities, and women and children and brothers and sisters and doctors are losing their lives in hospitals because they're trying to keep the kids alive, and the horrible people would come in there with weapons and they take the lives of the doctors and the nurses because they're helping the children that are wounded. And then all of a sudden, like, it switched. And the video started rolling in. Oh my God, Supreme Leader, the Ayatollah, he's been eliminated. And the videos of smiling and dancing and happiness and celebrating. And the invitations that I've been getting. Midnight, you've got to come to Iran. It's a beautiful country. And I get, and I try not to get emotional about this as I think about my own 19-year-old daughter and my own 17-year-old son, who they are my love and my life. And you want to know why I've been so invested, into these children of Iran, because they didn't have a voice. Nobody was speaking up for them. And all of a sudden, these messages coming in all of my Instagram. Thank you, stranger. Who are you? Who's the Midnight? Where did you come from? A gift from God. I say, yeah, I'm not a gift from God. I'm just a man who cares about, about the lives of children. And then you've got the warriors all of a sudden started stepping up and speaking up, and the people that weren't afraid, and say that the Islamic regime, this is written out of a book, out of a Stephen King novel. This is the nightmare that the kids go to sleep with. These are the monsters that are sleeping underneath your bed, the monsters that are living in your closet. They work on fear and anger and hatred. And the control. If you don't do this, you're going there. If you don't do that, you're going there. Well, you sure ain't going there. And the only way that you're going there is to take the lives of other people that don't believe in what you believe in. And you say, this is crazy. And you've got 1 billion of them that have been brainwashed. And how do you put this to a stop? Because our war is not against the Muslim community. That's never been our war. As I still remember that 60,000 peaceful Muslims lost their lives in Nigeria standing up for Christians over there that were being taken alive by Boko Haram, women, children, compromised, dismembered, body parts. And Boko Haram looked at these 60,000 peaceful Muslims and said, if you side with these peaceful Christians, we'll take your lives too. And that's what they did. And all of a sudden, now you got 125,000 Christians lost their lives, and then you've got 60,000 peaceful Muslims. So the President of the United States comes up and asks one question and one question only: who has the best interest of the United States of America? Who has the best interest of the American people? If you have the best interest of the American people, not the illegal bad immigrants that have been led to the country, please stand up. As I think it's clip 1, please confirm. I know I did these clips to you very quickly, but if it's the clip of President Trump speaking at the affair the other day, please take a look at this, as we all seen this, but we'll talk about it.
If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
Just look at a bunch of miserable wretches.
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, and what's interesting about that clip is you look at that, especially at the end, Donald Trump is speaking through them. It's like not even at them. He's just rolling them over with his words. They're screaming, and these are enemies. I don't know how, listen, Constitution, United States of America, law-abiding citizens, but at what point do you have to put somewhere in there that this is not allowed? And this is in your Congress? And he goes on to say that, do you think I could have gone through Congress and trusted that those two traitors to this country wouldn't have told Iran what we're going to do? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. 100%, I am sure positive, as I'm doing this post right now, is that those two would have absolutely went into Iran and told them our plan of what we're going to do. You know, so there's no way that, excuse me one second, this thing fell out. There's no way that we were able to trust our own government without giving up our secrets. You know, but how she's still with us, how she's not arrested, how she's not deported, how she's still allowed to be here in the United States of America, knowing damn well that she's a traitor to this country. Every one of my followers, the first one they say that they want to see out of here is Ilhan Omar. And that other one next to you, you'll see, I'll show you clips of her later. Remember her face? She was sitting there right there at the State of the Union. I'm going to show you clips of her later out of Michigan. Her screaming and yelling. We'll show it after Mayor Giuliani comes on. But they're here to stay. Fuck this. We're not going anywhere. We're taking over. This is our country. This is not yours. Democrats, Republicans, you are the enemy of the state. And the Islamic Nation is here. And I'll tell you right now, as running this podcast, We the People said on our dead bodies, are we going to let anybody hijack our country on our watch? Anyway, if you've not downloaded the app, America First Media and Television, make sure you download the app. That's what we'll be streaming live. We're going to be coming with Mayor Giuliani. I am so pumped up. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see him. Mayor Giuliani coming up next on our show.
He had one testicle.
You've worked hard and saved, but inflation and increased money supply are eroding your buying power. Protect and grow your wealth with physical gold and silver. Sound Money. With a Sound Money wallet, your wealth stays in your control. Buy fractionally, vault securely, ship directly, and instantly liquidate your gold and silver at the highest buyback price in the industry. Real money, real ownership. Visit tafwsoundmoney.info or scan the QR code and start securing your financial future today.
The America First Ultra MAGA Store. For all your MAGA needs. We sell t-shirts, tumblers, flags, hats, sneakers, bumper stickers, and a whole lot more. The most patriotic America First retail store. The America First Ultra MAGA Store.
Live at the America First Warehouse. Live at the America First Warehouse on a Friday. Real America's Voice all across the country. 103.9 LI News Radio, all across your radio, Suffolk County, Long Island. Glad you're in.
Corporate transfer. Fine professional, moving and storage, and inventory management.
America First Warehouse was really the most patriotic venue that you can ever imagine. We wanted to build something for people to be able to come to and feel so comfortable and so relaxed, because there is nothing out there like it. We give an opportunity for people to really feel good about themselves and about this great country.
Oh, welcome back to We the People. And I've got to tell you, I am so excited and so ecstatic and so honored to absolutely have the greatest mayor that New York City has ever seen and ever has. And it really is. I got to tell you, I've lived and died through you, Mayor. And Mayor Giuliani, welcome to the show over at We the People. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I got to tell you, I see your face and I see hope. I see there's a possibility. I see that there's warriors that are still with us, still standing tall, still smiling, that there is somehow, some way that God's going to speak through all of us and get us through this disaster. That Zohran Mamdani has, I cannot believe he's got the same title. They gave him the same title as they had given you, which is a total embarrassment to what we're all living through right now.
You know, isn't that interesting? I kind of feel the same. I feel embarrassed. There's something about it that bothers me. When I would say to people will come up to me and say, "You were the mayor of New York, right?" Very proudly, I say, "Yes, I was the mayor of New York." Now, when they come up to me, they say to me, "You were the mayor of New York. How does it feel?" One guy said to me, "How does it feel that everything you did is ruined?" And at first I thought he was being like a little nasty. Then he had a couple of tears in his eyes. And I said, "Hey, it feels terrible. I want to do anything I can to reverse it." I would never have believed this. In the worst predictions that I could have made about New York, Democrat, liberals, communists, I could never have predicted this guy is wrong on every front. Yeah, but maybe we'd get a communist, I thought. Maybe we'd get an Islamic extremist lover. I didn't think we'd get both. Plus, a person who hates Jews.
You know,
and he hates Catholics too.
Well, that is our conversation today, is about, not about a war. You know, I want to be very clear with everybody. This is not a war against Muslims. This is a war against Islamic regime, that a radical Islamic regime that does not want or does not care for anything else in their way, unless you are going to be radicalized, unless you are going to assimilate to their life, or you are just an infidel and their God, which is crazy because I don't know any other God that would direct anybody else like this, but their God, Allah, tells you that, you know, you have every right to get rid of the non-believers.
Yeah, 100% right. It is complicated, but people need to know this. Most Muslims probably don't even know it. And there's a part of the Quran that's very, very dangerous and very damaging. And Muhammad is actually teaching people to kill Jews, kill Christians. There are examples of his doing it. And there's a whole outline of his doing pedophilia. Now, if you want to be a modern Muslim, you got to kind of take that out. Like, you got to take out some things in the Old Testament, not quite as bad as that, but some of the things in the Old Testament. There are a lot of Muslims who do that. But then again, there are a lot that don't. And the fact that it still remains there becomes very useful to these people who want to make them into radicals. So every kid in Palestine from about 2 or 3 years old was taught to kill Jews and to kill Americans. So, I mean, how are they going to turn out?
Yeah, it's and there's a lot of them, and again, there's a lot of confusion, when they're talking about Palestine and they're talking about the children of Iran. As I'm watching, by the way, at this point, I would just say that all these people that are protesting, whether they're being paid agitators or not, I don't even think they even truly care about these victims. They just want a gotcha moment on the president. Everything is about Donald Trump. Everything is against Donald Trump. Nobody else does anything wrong. Like everybody hates Israel. Israel's the worst. They don't do anything good. But meanwhile, you've got 90 million Iranians holding up Israeli flags today, praising them. Thank you so much for freeing us from this tyranny.
Well, you're 100% right. I've been following probably more closely than most people get an opportunity to do what's going on inside Iran now for about 13 years.
because of my connection with MEK, which is a dissident group and a gigantic one that has very, very strong inroads into Iran. And they have a system that allows them to hack almost anything. And no reason I can't say it. The regime knows it and complains about it. So I have a pretty good idea of what's going on inside Iran. The Iranian people have been fed up with this crazy interpretation or extreme interpretation of the Muslim religion, which you could interpret differently if you wanted, at least for the 13 years I've been following. I was shocked after, 10, 11 years ago, I would see these demonstrations and people were walking around Iran saying, kill the Ayatollah. And I'm saying to myself, these people are in danger of being shot down with a machine gun. And they're so damn desperate, they're holding these signs. 5 years ago, they went through a real starvation period. And there were videos of people holding up a sign saying, I'll sell you my kidney for $500.
Crazy.
Can you imagine how desperate you have to be? So this condition that we're looking at, which the American and Western media is just paying attention to, this is about 10 to 15 years old. Here's what gets me. I understand the media being Marxist. They've been working on that since Woodrow Wilson and Franklin Roosevelt. I do not understand why they love the Ayatollah. I mean, can you figure out why Biden gave him cash?
Billions.
I'm sorry, Obama. Why Obama
yeah.
gave him cash and Biden gave him billions.
The whole thing, I got to tell you, listen, unfortunately, at that level, it doesn't seem like anybody's being held accountable. Nobody looks like they're going to take responsibility for their own shit, because guys like me today, if I did 10% of what these guys have done, whether you talk about a Governor Tim Walz or that disgusting mayor over there, Jacob Fry, or the Attorney General Ellison, and I got to tell you, out of all of my followers, everybody comes out. The only one right now that they want to see go down is that Ilhan Omar. How is she still walking free among us? I don't know.
Elon Omar.
Yeah.
Ilhan Omar.
I don't know how you, what does she do wrong? She married her brother? Aren't you supposed to marry your brother to cheat the immigration service?
All
of a sudden, she's got a negative net worth.
Oh, shit.
She works out some kind of a crazy legislation that brings in about $9 billion of fraud into her Somali community. And she's worth $40 million.
Crazy.
And her husband's business didn't make a penny.
Listen,
Mayor came
Mayor.
down from heaven. It was. That's what happens in Somalia. The money comes down from heaven.
Mayor, how
I don't even understand how it's possible for this community from Somalia. I don't understand how they get to $9 billion in fraud.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But I got to tell you,
must be stealing $1 million.
Mayor, they're not picking up the snow in New York. The garbage is not being picked up. It looks like literally New York looks like before you became mayor, where you cleaned up 42nd Street. I lived through the whole thing, going down by the Intrepid. Every street had prostitutes on it. It was the most disgusting city. You come in, the stop and frisk. I got to tell you, came in.
Prostitutes.
Yeah.
Sex workers.
Sex workers. You came in. You absolutely.
Workers.
You cleaned up the whole entire city, and all of a sudden, these ungrateful, entitled, middle-aged liberal women, nobody appreciates it, nobody cares, and now the city looks like a pile of garbage again. How can we get you back to New York? Oh my God, would I love you? I would vote for you. I'd vote for you 10 times because you don't have to prove your identification. I'll hit every poll booth. The Democrats will cheat. Well, I'll hit every poll booth and vote for you.
I do think, and this may be more prayer and wishful thinking than solid political analysis, but I really think that we're hitting the breaking point. And strangely, I preferred the election of Mondani to Cuomo, because I thought Cuomo would just continue the slow eradication of New York and America, like the Democrats do. And I thought Mondani gave us a chance to really say to the people, you really want this? And not much we can do if they really want it. But do you really want this? Do you want 19 people to freeze out on the street? Because this guy, unlike 50 years of mayors, doesn't pick them up. I had predecessors that were some of the most crooked and dumb people you ever met in the Democrat Party, mayors. And they all knew to pick up people. I mean, all of them were enough of human beings to pick up people that are freezing to death. This guy just let them die and doubled down on it. Because he doesn't have a soul. It either has been given away to communism or to extreme Mohammed religion, one or the other or both. He doesn't have a soul.
I mean,
So
listen.
I think the people in New York are going to rebel against it. And I
Yeah.
hope we use him as a issue in the elections right now. I'm happy to go to any place they want me to go and say, if you vote for the Democrat, you're going in the direction of this anti-American animal.
Amazing. I got to tell you, we got about 30 seconds left to this clip, but it is such
I'm glad to be on with you. Thank you. Thank you for what you're doing.
Listen, I am so grateful, and to see you, I really mean this from the bottom of my heart, that I remember what it was like before 2019 to be a citizen of the United States of America and to have patriotism in my soul. Everything about you is an American, and I'm so glad to have you part of this.
Well, thank you. You can see me on X every night, 8 o'clock, 8 to 9, weekdays. We've got a tremendous audience, and I think we cover all the things that people don't get to see anymore because of censorship. And that's a lot. It's a lot.
love you, Mayor. Absolutely adore
Thank you.
Woo!
Have you noticed your money just doesn't stretch like it used to? Your paycheck feels lighter, and your savings aren't growing. The culprits? Inflation and increased money supply. They've both been quietly eating away at your purchasing power for years. Today, the dollar's value has dropped significantly. You feel it every time you spend money on goods and services. Back in 1965, $1 or an ounce of silver could buy you a gallon of milk. Fast forward to today. That same dollar barely buys a couple of coffee creamers, while an ounce of silver would get you 8 gallons of milk. Gold and silver have held their value for centuries. If you had 2,500 ounces of silver back in 1965, you could buy a brand new Ford Mustang. Today, 2,500 ounces of silver would buy you 2 Mustangs. Similarly, in the year 2000, 628 ounces of gold would buy a new $170,000 home. Today, 628 ounces would buy you a $2,500,000 home. The problem? 95% of Americans don't own physical gold or silver. They think it's too complicated and too expensive, but it doesn't have to be. We offer a membership program that allows you to buy gold or silver with as little as $1. You can buy fractional amounts, safely vault them, or have them delivered to your doorstep, and you can liquidate them whenever you want at the highest buyback price in the industry. Ready to protect your wealth and keep your purchasing power? Scan the QR code or go to tafw.soundmoney.com to learn more.
If the vote count is accurate, then how come the number of voters is different? And if it's not accurate, then why was it certified? We are suing Letitia James and the New York State Board of Elections for a conspiracy against fundamental rights. This is not about who won, it's not about what party, it's about the fact that they don't care about your rights.
All right, live from Studio 6B on a Friday night, live at the America First Warehouse. Live at the America First Warehouse on a Friday, Real America's Voice, all across the country, 103.9 LI News Radio, all across your radio, Suffolk County, Long Island.
It's me, Joe the Box. And I'm John the Blanket with the America First Podcast.
That's what I'm talking about. The Fred Rubino Podcast coming to you from the America First Warehouse.
Welcome back to the America First Warehouse. What we're still doing? Fighting! every day, all day long.
Welcome to the Patriots Podcast. Good evening, everyone.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the On the Right Side podcast here at the America First Warehouse in Long Island, New York.
Shane Jenkins here with another episode of Liberty's Cage.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to our podcast, Red, Right, and True.
We are streaming live on America First Media and Television app.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Downey Jr. podcast. Be free, stay free.
If you're just joining us, I got to tell you, what a great special guest that just said, you know, I'm going to pop in onto the midnight, and all of a sudden I was with Mayor Giuliani, and you know, if you're Gen X, if you're Gen X and you've grew up in the 80s, the 70s, the 80s, into the 90s, and you lived and breathed this mayor coming in and just absolutely coming in and saying everything is finished, it is done, it was over. He was Donald Trump for New York. He just there was no conscience, didn't care, money didn't drive him, nothing else fueled him but the safety and the security for all of our families. And to see what's going on right now with this Zohran Mamdani, who has other agendas, anything but the safety and the security for our families. You know, right now, this is where I'm at. I don't believe Zohran Mamdani has been put in to this position to be the mayor of New York. You know, his title is the mayor. He does the best he can to present himself as the mayor, but we should only know the conversations of what's happening behind closed doors, in the shadows, where no one can hear, nobody can see. What's the plan? What's the agenda? You know, day one, executive order 61, ripped up, thrown out the window. No more protection for the synagogues in New York City. All the Jewish community, you're on your own. You know what? As a matter of fact, let's redefine the definition of what anti-Semitism is. So when those kids are out there protesting anti-Israel, that it's not so illegal now what they're doing, that the rhetoric is not as bad since we're redefining the definition of what anti-Semitism is. You know, you go in, you get into the city, beautiful city, by the way, and I think they're trying to desensitize us. Get used to all the snow there. Get used to all the garbage piled everywhere. Get used to all the shit, the dog and the poop and the dog poop. You don't have to pick that up no more. We didn't pick it up in our country. You don't have to pick it up here. You know, NYPD showed up. Somebody attacked the officers. No, you're not going to get arrested. We'll get you some extra mental health needs out of those two officers that had to defend themselves over there in Queens, where the man brutally attacked them with a weapon, and they gave him every ample opportunity to put that weapon down. Or, you know, let's just show up in Washington Park, making sure that we're securing the safety for all of our women and children, get attacked by I don't know how many, 50, 60, 70 people with snowballs, ice blocks, throwing them here, throwing them there. Zohran Mamdani says, it's just a snowball fight. They'll be okay. What is the NYPD crying about? And then arrests are made, and we'll arrest this person, arrest that one for assaulting NYPD officers, which they very well should have. Some of them wound up in the hospital with lacerations. And what is that disgusting Alvin Braggs? What does he come out? Nah, drop all the charges. They're not going to be arrested. So, you know, at what point do you have to say that the agenda is only for nobody else but a radicalized Islamic regime to spread the ideology, hand over a Quran, Sharia law in all households, over the Constitution of the United States of America? As a matter of fact, I think everybody should embrace Islam. Well, the definition to me of embracing Islam is prophesizing to the Prophet Muhammad, which married Aisha, a 6-year-old child. And when she was finally consummated at 9 years old, she's looking back at her abuser and say, I don't understand what's going on here. I'm still playing with my dolls. Anyway, I think we've got a clip again. I think it's the second clip. Rashid, I think her name is Rashid Tlaib, coming out of Michigan at a Free Palestine conference, I want you to listen to her words. This is not out of the country. This is not the Middle East. This is Michigan. Listen to what they're saying, because they're coming for you and they're coming for your family. Look
I
at
want
this.
to say to all of them, every genocide enabler, look at this room's we ain't going anywhere. We are just growing and growing and growing. We are bringing siblings from other movements. It's not just Demi Palestinia. It's that as an American, this city taught me that the political structures that I have to work in, that we all are surrounded by, was built on slavery and genocide and rape and oppression. What's been tested on the killing fields of Gaza is already being deployed right here in the streets of America. What our government is willing to do to Palestinians, they are willing to do to all of you. They thought they could kill us, rape us, imprison us, violently uproot us from our olive tree farms, starve our children to death, and we would disappear. Well, guess what? Now we're in Congress, and we're every corner of the United States. Y'all, they just don't get it. They just don't get it. They will never truly comprehend, Ya Jama'ah, even after 7 decades, that we aren't going anywhere. We are just getting started. Detroit will remind me constantly that it's not the genocide-enabling Congress or the White House that will free our people. It is only us. It can only be us.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine ever in the United States of America that this would ever be allowed? And did you hear what she said, right? We're not going anywhere. We're on every corner here in the United States of America, and we are in Congress. And then you want to know why our president, not that any president before him has done this, but our president goes into free Iran without going into Congress, because that was the same woman, if you didn't recognize her in the other video I showed you, sitting next to Ilhan Omar. Do you think that she would have supported and protected the United States of America? Maybe we should have told them that we were going in and trying to get Congress approval and watch and put a recording on them going straight to the dictator, the supreme leader. Hey, by the way, we're coming in. You don't think Congress, those types of people, would be traitors to the country and go tell over there the supreme leader, Donald Trump's coming in? They're in Congress. She said it. They're there. They're going to rule the roost. They're going to make the decisions. You guys just don't get it. We ain't going anywhere. You know, I would say at this point to the peaceful Muslims that live in this country, in the United States of America, unfortunately, you're going to get caught up in the crosshairs of everything that's coming down the pipe. This is about good versus evil. There is nothing more and nothing less about this battle, this fight. It doesn't matter if it's Iran, Somalia, Nigeria, North Korea, Canada, Mexico, or over here in the United States of America. This is what's going on. It is good versus evil. You wake up in the morning, you want to do right by people, or you don't. And this is what's happening. And this, I'm going to tell you right now, thank you to the mayor that was here. I know you've got the ear of Donald Trump, as I know the administration is watching our platform. They're watching our shows. They're watching everything we're doing on social media. We must ban Sharia law immediately. It is not a religion. It is an ideology. And this ideology is not here to do anything good by the American people, not our women, not our children, not our men, not our patriots, not our hunters, not our gatherers. Nobody. This is a fight for our life. The number one war against the United States of America right now is the radical Islam that is trying to take over every corner, not just here, but everywhere in the world, as our brothers and our sisters over the United Kingdom, our president said he is not happy with your prime minister. He's not happy with Starmer. You must step up now and take your country back or forever hold your peace. That's where we're at for all intents and purposes. If you guys don't take your country back now, as thousands of them continue to pour in and pour in and pour in, and nobody's getting deported, the country has fallen. You guys still have a shot. You can get up and fight. You know, I look at this ideology as a cancer. The United Kingdom is stage 4. The United States of America, I would say somewhere is between 1 and 2. Thank God that we injected chemotherapy by the name of Donald J. Trump. The only man that is standing between the safety and the security of all of our families, whether you hate him or you like him, you love him, you can't stand him. It doesn't matter at this point. But I promise you, one thing that he's going to do is he's going to fight, and he's going to fight, and he's going to fight every single breath with every moment that he's got, not only for our families, but even for the ones that don't believe in him. He'll still stand for you. The people in Venezuela celebrate him. The children in Iran are screaming his name. Nigeria is asking for him. Somalia is asking for him. Cuba's saying, yes, we want to be free as well. We're next. Everybody's next. And you know who's not next? The only ones who are not next is the miserable, entitled liberals that are living in this country that are just so ungrateful. The truth is, you don't deserve this president, which is why all the federal funding has stopped in all the major cities, because I wouldn't give you guys money either. I wouldn't give a penny to you. Anyway, when we get back, we'll keep talking about this war against the radicalization of Islam. You're with We the People, midnight. Woo!
Most people think they have options when searching for the best deals when they travel. But here's the shocking truth. 100% of the major travel agencies are owned by just 2 entities, Expedia and Booking Holdings. They claim to offer the lowest rates, but due to the hotel rate parity agreement, they all have the same pricing, limiting genuine competition. When you book through these sites, you act as your own travel agent, but the profits are going to organizations that don't support our patriot values. We cannot allow that to continue. So, we decided to make travel great again by starting a US-based travel membership platform, mypatriottravel.com. We are patriots helping patriots. Together, we can disrupt the travel industry by not spending our hard-earned dollars supporting the radical left. For just $29.99 per month, you gain access to true wholesale rates on travel, saving you on average 35% and up to 65%. Book as often as you like, with no limits. Keep your hard-earned dollars in your pocket and spend them on things you need and want to support. Go to mypatriottravel.com/TAFW and grab your membership today. mypatriottravel.com/TAFW. Making travel great again.
Are you a true American? Then it's time to get connected. Download the America First Media and Television app and stay up to date with real news, bold voices, and live events from the America First Warehouse. From national broadcasts and exclusive shows to comedy nights, concerts, and special events. It's all right at your fingertips. No filters, no spin, just America First. Download the America First Media and Television app today and be part of the movement.
I'm sure you guys remember the platinum single, Justice for All, with Donald Trump and the J6 Prison Choir. Well, get ready for round 2. We're coming out with Anthem of the Free with High Res and the J6 Prison Choir. It's coming out now. It's pre-sale until December 19th when it drops. Get yours on all platforms, Google Play, Apple iTunes. Get it. It's going to be hot.
Justice for all, our voices ring. The anthem of the free.
It's me, Joe the Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land.
The America First Warehouse, a beacon for all to see. A symbol of unity. For the patriots of America, we stand.
All right, we're back, and I was just thinking, what we're really going to have to do to take our country back, because if we just stand still and we don't do anything, just shame on all of us. And as far as I'm concerned, at this point, I don't think you could depend on half the country. Or maybe it's less than half the country. We are the silent majority. They scream, they yell, they march, they throw ice balls at cops, they throw water bottles at agents. They storm into churches on Sunday when parents are praying to their Lord and their Savior with their children. They scream, they yell, they threat, they take the lives of people. And, we continue to keep cool. We continue to take the high road. We continue to keep our composure. We continue to remind ourselves when we're emotional that we just walk away. Because if I'm going to respond when I'm emotional, I have to tell you, my response is going to be probably much worse than what I'm actually upset about. And then when you're not emotional, you come back and deal with it. 99 out of 100 times you can say, oh, was I really upset about that? And you find out that you really weren't. I want to remind everybody, please make sure as we are growing this platform, and it's growing very, very quickly. I'm very excited as I plan and we plan to be the number one conservative creator in all of the podcasts. It's not if, it's when we're going to explode. And you continue to pass the information along. Get people to download our app, please, at America First Media and Television. Just go to the App Store. It's America First Media and Television. I'm expecting thousands of downloads today. And we just got to keep pushing our agenda, because these Democrats, they're hard at work. The liberals, they form very quickly. They're very well organized and getting paid by very, very large contributors to their party. They're funded and backed by multi-gazillionaires that they're funding everything. So, but one of the things I would share with you is that if you can get one of them alone and out of the mob, and you actually speak with them on a one-on-one, they're not as mad at Donald Trump as they act when they're in the mob. They'll scream, "Fuck Donald Trump! Donald Trump did Epstein files! Donald Trump Epstein files!" In the mob, they're all screaming, "Donald Trump Epstein files." And then I had the opportunity to speak to some of them one-on-one. And I'm like, well, I hear you screaming about the Epstein files, but I'm screaming about the Epstein files. So we're both screaming about the Epstein files, but the only one you're talking about is Donald Trump, and there's hundreds of people in there. So why are you mad at Donald Trump and nobody else? He goes, well, we're not mad at Donald Trump because we think Donald Trump compromised children. And I just I got stunned for a second. I was like, wait, you're not mad because you don't believe Donald Trump compromised children? Well, why are you mad? You go, well, we're mad because we believe that Donald Trump knows everybody who compromised children and he should be arresting on everybody. And I go, well, where's the signs that's saying that? You guys aren't saying that. They think you all just hate Donald Trump. Where's the signs that Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, maybe Bruce Springsteen, Robert De Niro, Ellen DeGeneres, Oprah Winfrey, Barack Obama, all of them are there. They're all in the Epstein files. So it was really interesting. I was like, that's something I can work with. I can be mad with you. If you want to show frustration towards the president because he's not arresting anybody, that's something we can have a discussion about. And you don't believe, because I don't believe Donald Trump compromised children. You don't believe in it? Oh, let's go. We can have a conversation about this. It was a really breakthrough moment for me because I saw a little glimpse of hope and maybe possibilities of what's going on. But New York is in trouble. We really, truly, it is the mecca of radicalized Islamic regime. They believe they ain't going anywhere. They believe they're here to stay. In Michigan, it's Dearborn, Michigan. Minneapolis, it's the Somalians. Los Angeles got its issues. San Francisco's got their issues. Call to prayer was this week. They laid down their blankets there in Times Square. Matter of fact, I want to show you this video. I think it's the next clip of this man in New York City screaming well, you'll see. Take a look at this video. I think it's whatever the next clip is, the clip before the last one.
We're done hiding. We're done. We're done being tortured and hurt and judged. This is the correct religion. This is the religion that all of humanity needs to be a part of, Islam. And we will not stop until it enters every home. So I want you to repeat after me. I want to hear it in every single district. It should tremble. Brooklyn should hear it. The Bronx should hear it. Queens should hear it. Say it as if the Ummah depends on this, my brothers and sisters. La ilaha illallah. Muhammadan Rasulullah. There is no God worthy of worship except Allah, the God of Jesus, the God of Moses, the God of Abraham, and the God of the last and final prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
So, you heard his rant, right? I mean, this is insane. He's done hiding. They're done being hurt. The only religion of peace, and we've got to do this now, yada, yada, yada. His rhetoric. I mean, this guy's either in such denial of what a Islamic regime, radicalization, he's in such denial, so brainwashed, or he's just nuts. I would say that he's not crazy, and this is a tactic of manipulation. This is a tactic of brainwashing, because the last time I looked, the only one that's getting hurt and maimed and beat and tortured and compromised and taken are the people that are against the Islamic regime. And the children and the women, they're dancing and they're singing in Iran in the streets. Oh my God, thank you, USA. Thank you to the Midnight. Thank you to Donald Trump. Thank you to Lindsey Graham. Thank you, Marco Rubio. Thank you. They're crying and they're dancing, they're hugging, they're holding. The first time in 25, 30 years, a hijab has come off in public. You can see their faces again. My God, and who can't align with this? And who can't just be happy for them? I don't care how much these people are paying you. If you're a paid agitator, I will find a way to get you more money or money somewhere else. But you can't sell your soul for $1 when children and women are being taken and brutally beaten. I mean, the videos, I was going to play them here, but I chose not to upload them on this channel because they were so brutal, so torturous, as you see grown men with these young children on the ground and they're begging for their lives, and they're rolling in like dirty mud or clay, some kind of mixture, and you see their work boot on there, holding their head down to the side, and then all of a sudden their life has been taken by this man is like the devil, like laughing over them, and then as a trinket, he takes a pair of scissors, he cuts the young girl's. The girl was so adorable; she can't be more than 14, 15 years old. He takes scissors and he cuts the ponytail off the back of her hair, and he pins it to his shirt like a trophy. And you say, what kind of animals are these? This is not human. These are monsters. And this is what we're dealing with. But, I went to the streets and I was celebrating and I was dancing. I was there in Times Square. I was there over there, dancing and we were singing and I drove my truck in and everyone saw me and I photo ops and pictures, Midnight, thank you. I love how they say thank you. Thank you. So we love you. And they're beautiful little accents and they're so happy. Then Zohran Mamdani, and I'm again with about a minute and a half left. We're going to end it with about 2 minutes left, 30 seconds. I'm going to end it with show you this last clip. Zohran Mamdani told the Midnight that I can't drive my truck in New York City or I'm going to be arrested. Essential workers only. And I said the only essential worker that is out there is me, because I did everything I can to dance and sing and laugh under this disgusting mayor regime, and that's what this is. New York is under a regime right now. Take a look at this clip that I did just driving around New York when the mayor told me I couldn't. I said I had to, and I'm just going to put smiles on people's faces.
We did it our way! Yes! It's the great careful step. What happened? But we're New Yorkers, and we got this divided by TikTok thousands! Let me hear what we're right. Much more than this. I did it my way. He truly feels. Look at the snow in my car. I'm in my car and I'm dead fucking wallop. Hey, but we did it our way. I took the blows and did it my go, America first! American made! Patriots of the United States of America! We got this! Midnight! I am out! 1, 2, 3! Woo! Yes, it was my way.
You know, and that's what it's going to take. Just keep smiling, keep dancing, keep laughing. We are Americans. We are patriots. We are living in the greatest country that this world has ever seen. I am so grateful. I'm so proud. I'm so happy. Thank you, God, for giving us the greatest president in this world, Donald J. Trump. We won't stop fighting. We won't stop showing up. We won't stop battling. This Saturday, New York City, Gracie Mansion, 12 o'clock. We will be there. Jake Lang is going to be there. White Rabbit's going to be there. Other patriots are going to be there. We are going to denounce the radicalization of Islam in New York City. There's no place for the zero tolerance. And that's all I can say. Thank you so much for another incredible show. Sending my love to you and your family. Midnight. I am out. 1, 2, 3. Woo!
First warehouse, a beacon for all to see, a symbol of hope, a symbol of unity. For the patriots of America, we stand tall and free in the America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be. The America First Warehouse, a beacon for all to see, a symbol of hope, a symbol of unity. For the patriots of America, we stand tall.